Okay, so I was asked to put up a video of my new shifter. It's basically my take of the SOGI short shifter mod. I did make a few extra changes. I managed to heat up the base of the shifter and change the angle of it so it sits more vertically while in the neutral position. So when you hit the rearward gears like 2, 4 in reverse, the shifter is not at a severely reclined angle, so it's easier to nail those gears at a brisk pace. And the other thing I did was I didn't shorten the lower stick at all, and I just cut 10mm by 1.5 threads on there to accept Honda style shift knobs. And the new height isn't bad. Temporarily I have a my Subaru 2.5 RS stock shift knob. It looks cool, but it's an M12, and it's just kind of jammed on there, and it's not very firm. It still twists. So I'm going to go through the gears and show you the pattern. And also the whole reason I took the shifter apart was to modify the lower retaining plate and the spring tension, because I know in the past on all my other Mark IIIs I have replaced the lower green shifter bushing as well as the lower nylon cup that sits in the shift selector bracket, and I've still had lots of slop in the shifter and I never could figure out what it was. But it turns out that over the years the top retaining plate that bolts into the shift tower becomes warped, and the opening of it, the edges of it become warped, and they curl outward, and that reduces the spring tension on the seat. So if you ever are curious about it, grab your shifter and pull upwards of it towards the roof, and if it comes out of the shifter base, you'll know that you've lost spring tension. So as you go through the gears, it's shifting, the lower ball is moving around in the seat. So I'll show you that too. So you may or may not know this, but dry shifting your car is kind of a bad thing. So let me start it up real quick. It's not letting me get into reverse anyways. Alright, so I'm going to hit reverse as well. And I did do a fluid change. It's Redline lightweight shockproof. So I've noticed that the gears, there's a lot of gear clash going from the synchronized gears to reverse. So this is one of those deals where you should hit fourth before you go into reverse, otherwise it's going to grind every single time. And then this isn't on there very well. It's the wrong shift thread, but these are the Honda threads, and I didn't cut it down at all. It's all the stock bend at the second joint up here. The bend that I altered is way down there, right out of the shift ball. And then, if you're concerned with the play where it might be coming from, give your shifter a pull upwards. See, I used to be able to pull this up about 10mm, and now I can't budge it at all. So, that's about all there is to it. Once you take the top half of the shifter off, if you're lucky, you'll get the inner sleeve too. You'll be able to chisel that off. Most of the time you end up breaking the rubber piece, and then you'll have to grind that off and then cut the sleeve off if you really want to go that far. This is an older shifter, so everything broke free probably a while ago and it just twisted right off. And I took a little persuading with a hammer. But once you get that off, you can take the top plate off that bolts onto the transmission. There's a curved washer that sits under there, and and then there's the spring that applies tension from the curved washer to the shifter ball. So go through your loose bolts and nuts in your garage and find a washer that will fit over the lower stick, and apply extra pressure onto that spring. Put the factory curved washer back on there and bolt it in there, and it will increase the spring tension on there so it sits a lot tighter in the bushing. So once you have that, it'll tighten up your shifts in the gate and reduce a lot of the play. So hopefully that will improve your shifting in your Mark III. Good luck with that.